Hi, this is James from IELTS United, and today we're looking at IELTS 1 to 9 books. We're on Book 9, Test 1, Section 2. This is the listening part of the test. If you want to listen to the previous section, Section 1, then click here. Okay, let's get started. Let's listen to the tape.
You will hear part of a radio programme about the opening of a new local sports shop. First, you have some time to look at questions 11 to 16.
Okay, let's look at questions 11 to 16. So we need to complete the notes, write one word and or a number for each answer. That's important. Don't write more than this. We must pay attention to the instructions. So, question 11. A new something of an international sports goods company. So it could be a new part, a new store, maybe a new branch. Located in the shopping centre of Bradcaster. So notice that Bradcaster is a proper noun. It has a capital letter, so it's a place. So we're probably looking for a direction to the north, something like that. Has sports something and equipment on floors 1 to 3. So notice equipment is a noun, and we have a conjunction and, so probably another noun here, sports plus noun. So we're looking for something like sports equipment or sports clothes or whatever. Okay, let's look at 14. Can get you any item within something days, so it's going to be a number of days. 15, the shop specializes in equipment for somebody or something, so a person or activity, and has a special section which just sells and a noun, so whatever they sell in the shop. So let's listen to the tape and find out.
Now listen carefully and answer questions 11 to 16.
Now we go to Jane, who is going to tell us about what's happening in town this weekend.
Right, thanks Andrew. And now on to what's new. And do we really need yet another sports shop in Bradcaster? Well, most of you probably know Sports World, the branch of a Danish sports goods company that opened a few years ago. It's attracted a lot of custom, and so the company has now decided to open another branch in the area. It's going to be in the shopping centre to the west of Bradcaster, so that will be good news for all of you who found the original shop in the north of the town hard to get to. I was invited to a special preview, and I can promise you, this is the ultimate in sports retailing. The whole place has been given a new minimalist look with the company's signature colours of black and red. The first 3 floors have a huge range of sports clothing as well as equipment. And on the top floor, there's a cafe and a book and DVD section. You'll find all the well-known names, as well as some less well-known ones. If they haven't got exactly what you want in stock, they promise to get it for you in 10 days, unlike the other store, where it can take up to 14 days. They cover all the major sports, including football, tennis and swimming. But they particularly focus on running, and they claim to have the widest range of equipment in the country. As well as that, a whole section of the 3rd floor is devoted to sports bags, including the latest designs from the States. If you can't find what you want here, it doesn't exist.
Okay, so notice that in question 12, although they mentioned the north of Bradcaster, the answer was the west. So be careful because IELTS may put in other alternative words which could fit, but you have to listen carefully to identify the correct answer. The same thing is true in question 15 where they mentioned tennis and football, but the word specializes tells us that it's particularly for running. So that gives us a clue. And finally, pay attention here, one word. So, sports bags would not be a good answer. We just need to put the word bags. Alright, let's listen to the next section now.
You have some time to look at questions 17 to 20.
Okay, so we're looking at questions 17 to 20. So here at the beginning it says choose the correct letter A, B or C. Notice the word or. We're choosing one of the 3. Not 2 or 3, so we just need to choose one, and that's important. We also notice that there's only 3 options, and when there's only 3 options we only choose one answer. So question 17 says a champion athlete will be in the shop on Saturday morning only, all day Saturday, or for the whole weekend. So we need to identify when someone special will be there, and we need to listen to words that might give us a clue. So if we're talking about the whole weekend, they might mention Sunday, they could mention Monday. If we're talking about only the morning, they could mention the afternoon or the word noon. So listen for those careful, important words. Then on question 18, the first person to answer 20 quiz questions correctly will win. So be careful because we have a number. And as we saw in the previous questions, sometimes IELTS are tricky, sometimes they're difficult. So they may give us other numbers. They may use synonyms for quiz and questions. So we need to be really careful and listen carefully. And then thinking of synonyms, we should look at what the first person will win. They will win either a gym membership, a video, or a calendar. So try to think of synonyms for these words so that we can identify them if they come up. Okay, questions 19 and 20. Choose two letters, A to E. So now we've moved and they put in bold here, they've put the word to and capital letters. So you know it's really important. And we can also see that because there's 5 options, we need to choose more than one. So which 2 pieces of information does the speaker give about the fitness test? So that's the topic, fitness test. And which 2 pieces of information do we hear about that? Either you need to reserve a place on the fitness test, or the fitness test is free to account holders, or the fitness test will give you advice on how to improve your health, or it will take place in a special clinic, or it will be cheaper this month. Okay, 2 of those things they will tell us. Okay, let's listen.
Now listen and answer questions 17 to 20.
The shop will be open from 9 a.m. this Saturday, and if you go along to the opening, then you'll have the chance to meet the national 400 metres running champion Paul King, who's coming along to open the shop. And he will be staying around until about midday to chat to any fans who want to meet him and sign autographs. Then there will be a whole range of special attractions all weekend. There will be free tickets for local sporting events for the first 50 customers, and also a special competition open to all. Just answer 15 out of 20 sports questions correctly to win a signed copy of Paul King's DVD, Spring Tips, while the first person to get all the questions correct gets a year's free membership of the Bradcaster Gym. All entrants will receive a special sports calendar with details of all Bradcaster fixtures in the coming year. One of the special opening offers is a fitness test, a complete review of your cardiac fitness and muscle tone, actually done in the shop by qualified staff. This would normally cost £30, but is available at half price for this month only. There are only a limited number of places available for this, so to make a booking, phone 560 341. In addition, if you open an account, you get lots more special offers, including the chance to try out equipment at special open evenings.
Okay, so a couple of tricky questions there. The first one was number 18, where they read a lot of numbers, 50, 15, but we needed somebody who would answer 20 questions out of 20, so answer all of the questions correctly, and they would win a gym membership. And they also mentioned a DVD, and they mentioned a calendar, so they're really trying to confuse you, but it was someone who answered 20 out of 20, all the questions would get a gym membership. Also in the next question, 19 and 20, there were some confusing parts as well. You needed to know the synonym book because they talked about booking a place, which means reserving a place. You could also use the context to answer that because they said it would be busy. And we were also told that it would be cheaper this month. So that's the end of section 2. Let's take a look at our answers and just make sure we have everything correct. So the first answer to 11 was branch, which is correct. The west, good. So even though they mentioned the north, the answer was the west. Clothing, yes, sports clothing. 10 days, so we were right, it was a number. Equipment for running, good. And has a special section which just sells bags. And we were correct to only put the word bags, not sports bags. Okay, let's look at 17 and 18. So the answers were champion will be there on Saturday morning, and that was right, it was A. And they would win a gym membership, it was A. And we had 2 pieces of information. You need to reserve a place, and the answer was A, and it would be cheaper this month, and the answer was E. So everything right there. So this has been a guide for IELTS Book 9, Test Book 9. This was Test 1, the listening section, and this was Section 2. If you want to go back and see Section 1, click here. If you want to see Section 3, click here. I'm inviting you to join our community on Facebook where we share resources and give help to each other. We have students and teachers, and the group can be found by search on Facebook for IELTS United, and you'll find us there, and you're welcome to join us. So good luck with your IELTS, and speak to you soon.